All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the show and tell.
Hi.
We're going to show a baby. So this is our first show and tell back in a bit. And obviously, we're changing the setup here. We're at home. But we're trying to do something that'll allow us to do all of our shows. So you can see it's more of a podcast setup.
Yeah.
And then Lamore is going to sit down. Our show
Or
and tell.
not, or I'll just stay standing
Yeah.
up.
So our show and tell is for us getting started here. We have a 2-month-old as of today, and we know it's today because she had to get her 2-month shot. So
Lots of shots.
she's a really good baby. She eats and she doesn't really cry. She sleeps great. But today, after shots,
She's
a
like,
few hours ago,
"Mm."
she's crying a little bit, which is unusual for her.
Yeah.
So, anyways, we're here. If Lamore needs to step away, she's going to step away. But besides that, we're going to go through our show and tell. Very happy to see everybody here. We'll do a little bit of tour of the new show as we finish it. And I think that's our Happy New Year message as well. Thanks everybody for supporting us, open source hardware company, and all the things that go into running a company in 2026. There was tariffs last year. There was all sorts of things. But we're here, and we had a great sales day now. And we had some great year-end numbers for us. Our team was able to get bonuses, and they are able to do all the things they want to do. And that's kind of the most important thing is, are we shipping hardware and do our customers like it? And they do. And is our team able to fulfill all their needs? And all these things come together every single week. And we do a state of the fruit, but show and tell is where we get to see where some of our team is working on stuff and then some of the community out there. So yeah, that's
Do not adjust your set. I am bouncing slightly.
Yeah, so she's
the baby
bouncing.
likes the bounce.
Yeah, and you got this. Okay,
Yeah.
so let's.
I can just do this. I can do this for like 8 hours.
Yeah, so let's start with JP. I feel like this is the Joe Rogan show. Go ahead, JP. How's it going?
Good. I'm going to try not to say anything controversial. So I'm working on this kind of amalgam of two of our products project. Lamore had sent me something about an e-paper camera someone had built, like an instant camera that used an e-paper display. And I thought I would at least try prototyping it with two things that are already built, which is our Memento camera and our magtag, which I've got in neat little cases here. If you look at the screen on my magtag, you can see I took a photo of a Smurfs mug. I have an old Smurfs mug. I forgot to bring it in here, but and let me switch to this page here.
Yeah,
and you'll see
right?
how it got there. Yeah, that's the thing. Show was I took a photo on the Memento camera, and then using some adjusted code of something that Brent had put together for an IoT doorbell project. My image gets dithered and then encoded into base 64 and sent up to Adafruit IO. And then my magtag checks every 5 seconds for a new piece of data in that feed, in that camera feed. And if it's newer than what's on there, it downloads it and displays it. So that's the Smurfs image there in sort of widescreen slice of it, taken on this, which is all in just 2 very short bits of CircuitPython code. And I'm really thrilled about having something that can act sort of like a little magnetic photo frame, got little magnetic feet on there, which you could use to take photo reminders or something like that, just to sketch up a little note that can zap up anywhere on the internet. So you could give a bunch of people these if you want, and then control what goes up to the feed with the camera, or have multiple people participating if you want. So that's perfect. Yeah.
You can also do it, I like the single serving devices that it's like, do I need an umbrella or not, or whatever. This is neat because it's a camera, so you could even have things like, is the garage door open? Is there something in the bird feeder? There's a lot of things that you just need a snapshot of something. I have to put a stroller away every night, and it'd be nice to have like, oh, that's the latest stroller photo. That stroller things I gotta do. Okay. All right, JP, you're gonna show some of the stuff off tomorrow and more?
Yeah, come on by. I'll be hacking on this and some other stuff. So I'll see you tomorrow.
All right. Thanks so much, sweet. JP. Alrighty. And what you got going on?
Hi, everybody. I don't think it's a big secret that I'm a pretty big IBM PC type person. I've been working on the old ones here for a while and got some stuff there. But I've always wanted to use an emulator and make an an IBM emulator. And when Adafruit came out with the Fruit Jam, it was perfect. You know, the USB ports, the Stemma QT, the HDMI, it had all the pieces I needed to do it. So after a lot of work and iteration, I have one, and it looks pretty much like, you know, this guy, except it's tiny. It can kind of fit in a large purse. So the Fruit Jam is in the system here, and it's got disk drive lights that light up when you access the disk. And back here, I mean, it's a little more modern. You got HDMI out, you got an SD card, 2 USB ports, and thanks to Lamore's creation, there's a joystick port back here that takes the original IBM joystick, which I just happen to have here. So that just plugged in via Stemma QT, and I could use the joystick. Now, I built a little monitor too. It was based on one in Thingiverse.
Cute. We also have the Apple II that we came out. This is a big week for retro computing.
And that Mac too, right?
Yeah.
The little Mac. So, I mean, we're getting to all the systems. I mean, there's some emulators that are also running on Fruit Jam. And so that's kind of one of the de facto platforms for emulating some of these earlier 8-bit systems. And it runs fine. Actually, this will actually run to maybe up to a 386. The emulator author has talked about Windows 95. So been having fun with that. Now, people say one thing I'm not demonstrated is the keyboard. And it's like, okay, so my favorite keyboard that I've been using, I got this little Vortex. It looks very much like the original, except it's squished. There's no like number pad or something. And it's USB, but it looks very much like the old one. There's also this 8-bit do keyboard that looks very kind of AT like. I've been trying that.
Quiet key-esque.
Pardon?
Dell Quiet Key-esque. Yeah.
Here's the original, just for comparison. This is a Model F, and it has the function keys down here on the side rather than on top. And this weighs a metric ton. It could take out a robber if somebody tried to come in the house, but it has the very clicky sound that everybody loves. So that works fine. It uses this special keyboard to USB called a Soarers adapter, and it does all the key mappings. It's beautiful, just like $30. Finally, I want to try out this one. I'm going to write up the keyboard stuff and let people see what I've been doing. I've got this replica Warehouse 13 keyboard that I think would go really nice with the build too. So I'll probably do that as a separate playground note. You might be thinking, is this open source? Of course it's open source.
Oh, yeah.
It's related to Adafruit.
Yeah, we kind of have to do it forever. It's fine. We want
it's
to.
Fine. I want people to build these things. So it's on the Adafruit Learning System. Go into Playground and search IBM or something. Excuse me. It's at the top of my listing, and has all the parts, all the steps, how to make it, where to get the software, the whole bit.
One note too is Anne was one of the many bits of inspiration, because I'm like, if I do a project, I want to show it to the people I work with, friends and everything. I saw the auction and I sent it to Anne to blog about Steve Jobs' program that he wrote in 1975. He was working in Atari. Remember that? And he was saying to his boss, like, here's the calculations for where all the planets are. It was an astrology program. And they're auctioning it because it's his typed up papers. It's like 8 pages.
Yeah.
And then he has handwritten notes. And it was the name of something, and his name of the company was named after the commune he was. So it's a big piece of history, and the program was never made. And so 50 years later, like we have the fruit jam. I could probably do this with the Apple too, and with some of the LLMs, and just like kind of not giving up, able to write it so it could work again or work for the first time. And the astrology community saw this and they're like, he's pretty good at astrology, but there were so many constraints. And then I was like, oh, let me put in my kid's birthday. Well, of course I can't, because it stopped at 2000. So, but it's just so neat to, for a brief second, you like revive this ghost that was there. And computing is so different, or will be different for everyone. What a neat glimpse of what it was like, how we got here. So thanks, Ann, because I was like, I got to show this, Ann, because it was a beginning of a story. It was like, here it is, and then they're going to do the auction. If someone wins the auction, they should put that on, Fruit Jam, and just be like, here's the program running. So what you do is you put in your birth date and GPS coordinates, latitude and longitude, and you get where the positions are in the planets, and then you can do charting. And I had it because I can have it do anything. I had Steve Jobs information in there, and I sent it to someone who knows the family, and I'm like, hey, here's something, you could show it to folks. This is something he did when he was like 20.
Yeah,
I think he was 20.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, it was. Obviously, it was pre-Apple.
Yeah, and it was Atari. So, anyways, the past is. We might be done with the past, but the past isn't done with us. So it's kind of cool. All right, thanks, Dan.
Okay, now I'll show you out. I've got a replica big red switch here. So,
dude,
switching to the next person, I will turn it off.
All right,
awesome! It looks great. Great work.
That's a good job. I lost an auction for an AS400 mug that's square.
Yeah,
I don't want to get a square mug. Okay, Brent, what's going on?
Oh, that looks really good, man. Yeah, past week, I'll switch my camera. Been working on, or I guess past 3 weeks while Lamore's been out. I've been working. Whoa! I have the what's it called, the small camera arm for my phone.
Yeah.
Attached, and it's like sometimes it just does not cooperate and it doesn't focus.
You want me to go just do that screen once you're all?
Yeah.
Put your hand in front.
Yeah. Wow, Camo Studio's not focusing correctly. Wow.
If you're using
Camo Studio, it's the blur that's on my visual effects. I bet if I turn that off, yay. Cool.
Yeah.
Figured it out. All right.
If you're using Camo, you can change it to manual focus. I've learned that.
Yeah, it is, but it was blurring the surrounding area, so it didn't know what it was. StreamYard was blurring.
Oh god. That's right.
I had it configured.
You do that.
Cool.
Okay.
So I've been working on a way to. We have this firmware called Whippersnapper, and we have an offline version of it, which is cool because it doesn't connect to Adafruit.io. And I think the most asked for question has been how can we operate this in low power mode? Because the ESP32 and the S2, the S3, and all of the variants operate in a way that it turns off all the external peripherals, including Wi-Fi. And also there's a deeper sleep where it does that, and then there's a lighter sleep where it retains some of the peripherals. So last 3 weeks, I've been kind of plowing ahead and integrating this for both online mode where it sends data to Adafruit.io, and then offline mode where we use this board, which is a Metro ESP32 S3 because it has an SD card, micro SD, and then I'm powering it through the LiPo port. So this is getting 3.7 volts. So this is simulating it's connected to a battery. And then over here, we sell this on the Adafruit store. It's the Nordic Power Profiler Kit 2. It's really good for an $100 piece of hardware. It's actually really awesome, and the software for it is great too. It's easy to understand. So and then over here we have a BME 280 that's just taking temperature readings and writing it to the SD card. So this is part of Whippersnapper 2. It's going to come out probably in Q1. I would like it to come out in Q1 of 2026, so soon. And yeah, so on the software, if you can switch to it, Phil.
Yeah, I'm going to add it here.
Yeah, we should have a guide for how to do this, Lenore. Just thinking about all these different setups. So the voltage is displaying 3.7 volts, and then we turn it on, and we can see the charging light on here as well. And then I'll kick this to reset it, but you can see it start to power up and read from the SD card, and there's the spike where it actually pulls the I2C sensor here's the write to the like file, and then it drops down. So like the active, and then I'll let it like kind of play out in the mini. So like the active currents, like it's like somewhere between like at the lowest peak, like the lowest point's like 40 milliamps, and at like the highest it's like 145, and then it drops all the way down to like 3.7, like 4.2 milliamps, and then on like the screen when it wakes back up, which is like this is the whole reading, and you'll notice there's a small like 8-second delay, and that's a hardware delay that I put in. It picks back up where it and starts from 0 because this is deep sleep. And then I have to test this on light sleep and on different boards. So like the reason this doesn't fully drop to like in the microamps range is because this is like still using like the QT I2C port, and there's like charging circuitry on this board as well. But our other boards like the Feather, ESP32 V2, those you'll be able to turn those off. So like the power consumption will be lower. It's cool. Kind of finishing this up, and it'll be ready for the general public soon.
All right. Thanks so much. And then you have probably an IoT newsletter coming out this month, right?
Yeah, later this month. I have to find time to write it.
Yeah.
This is taking up all my time.
Yeah. Well, you can write
But-
about this. Write what you know.
Yeah,
All
it's
right.
true. I'll link to it.
Yeah.
Good idea, Phil.
All right. Thanks so much, Brett. All righty. And you know what, just speaking of, because I've
Yes.
been writing these articles on our site about IoT and privacy and grocery stores, face scanning. If you ever want to know what's going on in your IoT device, if you want to make sure mute really means mute or there's no microphone at all, you can build all of these things with Adafruit.io, free tier, Whippersnapper,
Yeah.
and or some of our hardware, and you know exactly what's going on. It's kind of a sad, not a sad story, but this is weird. There's the article going around where there's a company in China, and they have an app, and every day you have to press "You're still alive" because so many people live alone. Okay, that's not great.
Yeah.
But what you could do instead is have something where maybe you can have a little button when you press it on your thing, someone else's button lights up and says something nice, or it glows red, or there's a heart. There's many other things that you can do, and you would know how it works, where the data is being sent.
Yeah.
So go experiment with some of this stuff. A lot of people use Whippersnapper and Adafruit.io for this single serving things like, did I leave the garage door open, or is there a leak or something? So anyhow,
Make a Home Assistant plug in. Are you dead?
I think there's other ways to go about it, but okay, let's go to Cooper, which I think is there's
Hey.
different screens here.
Hey.
Hey, welcome back. How's it going?
Hello.
Great.
Hello.
I do not have a baby in tow here, but
Well-
I'm very impressed that y'all do.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah, we'll see how if the lasts for the show and tell. We'll see if
Exactly.
She's felt-
So
yeah.
I have two things to show off today, both Fruit Jam related. The first is just a small update, and I mainly wanted to do this because Liz mentioned it on the last show and tell when we were showing off the Pac-Man game here, and that is we now have Mrs. Pac-Man mode.
Yay!
right?
Yeah, we have a
Right?
big Pac-Man arcade that we're working on, like a physical one. That's so cool. You
This
got
looks
to-
great.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
is that-
all it
that-
is just a little key combo. We have it in the docs and stuff. I'll share it later for anybody interested. But yeah, I just thought that was such a great suggestion. But I'm gonna keep the ball rolling because I have something even bigger to show off.
Ooh,
So
third party, okay.
there's this little device called it's real little called the Thumby Color, which y'all might be familiar with.
Oh, I think I've seen this before. Yeah.
It's by Tiny Circuits. It runs an RP2350. 1 second here.
Well, you're now an expert at that chip.
Oh, y'all still there? Y'all okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so it runs an RP2350, right? And it runs a version of MicroPython with a little game engine they call Tiny Game Engine, I think, baked in native C, etc. In MicroPython.
Hmm.
So I was like, this is I've been playing it, and there's this game called Tiny Puzzle Attack, which I surprisingly love. It's very challenging and also very fun. Kind of like Tetris. I'll show y'all in a second. And I was like, it would be great to have this on the big screen because these tiny buttons, they're really fun, but they're really tiny.
Yeah.
And it gets a little tedious. Anyway, so I've been working on, I'd like to say an emulator, but it's really more of a translation layer, which ports all those engine calls over to basically display IO, synth IO, etc. Everything that's compatible with the Fruit Jam, but keeps the game code mostly untouched. Besides a few minor, like there's like some automatic translation lookup table stuff. And with that, we are able to load up Tiny Puzzle Attack.
Yay.
Oh, give it a second.
Okay.
It's got to load in.
We're getting
Hey, Tiny
Python.
Puzzle
Oh, this is
Attack,
great.
right? So this is from the Fruit Jam, right? So it's like an onion, right? There's so many layers of like, oh, there's Circuit Python, and there's this translation layer, and then there's that. But it works. It's not as performant as the native C implementation, of course. But for these puzzle games, it actually works sufficiently, I would say. Maybe in the future I can work on optimizing further, but for now we can go and attack our puzzles, right? So anyway, this has been my latest obsession. I think it's pretty cool, just to add more, game functionality and stuff too.
We found a device that's readily available that you can run Circuit Python on, and it's a music player. So we'll have some fun things with that. And they did a really good job with the hardware. They prototyped with Adafruit stuff, but then when it came out, it was ESP.
Yeah.
And so we'll have some things. It's so neat to be able to run our code on anything in like a cool enclosure or something else. And this is another example. It goes the other way too. You could take something out and run it on the Fruit Jam, like the thing that we did with the Steve Jobs program from 50 years ago.
Yeah, exactly.
Gives it new life.
Yeah. And I am familiar. I remember, is it Tim that's working on that? Yeah. Pretty cool. And then this is the only other game I was able to get working, which is the classic 2048.
Yeah.
Right. So now in a way there's 2048 on the Fruit Jam. So
Yeah.
sweet. Kind of cool.
All right. Thanks so much.
That's all I got.
Thank you.
Oh, good. All right. And I think we have, let's see if anybody else here.
Anybody else?
I think that's it. Alrighty. That is our show. Thank you so much, everybody. We're here every week now. Now
we're back.
Yeah. We're back on our bullshit.
You're trapped in here with us.
And we have a little kiddo, and hopefully we're going to try to do Ask an Engineer as a recording and then publish it. We have a bunch of stuff. If not today, it'll come out tomorrow as we put kiddos to sleep. So thank you so much, everybody. Very much appreciate spending your time with us. You could check out the rest of the shows throughout the week. JP's workshop is tomorrow. And then you'll see, of course, you're seeing our videos and more on social media, but we're getting back in the groove.
And I did some Git commits today.
Hitting the ground running.
Gotta get those greens. Gotta get the greens going.
All right. Well, we'll see everybody next week.
Okay.
Thanks so much.
Peace, everybody.
Bye-bye.